August 20th is Hungary's National Day, also known as St. Stephen's Day. It commemorates King Stephen I, the first king of Hungary, who established the nation as a Christian kingdom more than 1,000 years ago. On this day, both Hungarians and visitors from around the world gather along the banks of the Danube. One of the most popular viewing spots is the Tiani Square, directly across the river from the parliament. That evening, I arrived more than an hour early, only to find the metro station already packed with people. I squeezed my way into the crowd and got ready for the show. I pulled out my panoramic camera mounted on a 42-inch selfie stick. Yes, you saw that man's startled look next to me? I'll never forget his expression. To his surprise, I also had another action camera ready, and it only took me a few seconds to switch between them. When I did, his eyes widened in disbelief again. When the first laser beam shot out from the parliament, the audience erupted in cheers. It was the signal that the show was about to begin. As a visitor, I was truly overwhelmed by the flawless combination of music, lights, lasers, and fireworks. Normally, I avoid traveling during big holidays, but this time I felt incredibly lucky. The parliament stood as the centerpiece, with fireworks also launched from the Chain Bridge and the Elizabeth Bridge, accompanied by dazzling laser projections. The show was divided into several themes, each introduced by a narration. Although I couldn't understand words, the lasers illustrated Hungary's journey from its medieval kingdom to modern times. It left a lasting impression on me. If you'd like to watch the full 30-minute performance, you can find it on my channel. After the fireworks climax, the river briefly returned to calm, only for the night sky to be lit once again, this time by hundreds of drones. The first formation was an arching angel, spreading its wings across the sky, symbolizing protection and blessing over the Hungarian people. The second formation transformed into the Holy Crown of Hungary, with its distinct tilted cross clearly visible, representing the country's 1,000-year-old monarchy and its deep historical continuity. Finally, the drones assembled into a giant Christian cross, reminding everyone that Hungary was founded as a Christian kingdom, and it still sees Christianity as central to its national identity. Once the show ended, another challenge began, getting back to my hotel across the river. The crowd moved so slowly that it felt like advancing just 1 foot every 10 minutes. After 40 minutes of inching forward, I gave up on the metro and headed toward the Chain Bridge on foot. When I finally arrived, I found the bridge closed, and everyone was waiting for permission to cross. After more than half an hour, the signal came, the crowd erupted in cheers, and we finally walked across together. Along the way, several people praised my camera setup. It definitely stood out in a sea of smartphones. Since I'm standing here, let me share a quick note about the Chain Bridge. Completed in 1849, it was the first permanent stone bridge to connect Buda and Pest, transforming the two sides of the city into one economic hub. It was considered an engineering marvel of its time, designed by English engineer William Tierney Clark and built by Scottish engineer Adam Clark. Symbolically, it represents Hungary's unity and progress, and to this day, it remains one of Budapest's most iconic landmarks. By the time I reached my hotel, it was almost midnight. Tired but exhilarated, I couldn't help but think this was truly an unforgettable night in Budapest.